And I note that the former Business Administrative Advisory Board chair with others went to the Attorney General in 2018 as well, and nothing happened. So I'm pointing that out. So this is going back to 2018 and before, because they knew about this before that even. So describe the facts. This is scribble. Sorry, I wanted to get this in by the 30th. TSA Salvation Army takes money from Black Hills Energy for Saline County and spends zero of it on help. All proof is on task67.com, and I'll have all the proof by May 5th. So it says identity, type, estimate, the charitable amounts of value. I said 10,000 plus saline, 250,000 plus in Nebraska. That's, a rough estimate about how much money that they haven't spent, that they're just sitting on. According to Major, there's 700,000, so we'll see. I gotta find that audio. Indicate what action has already been taken. Okay, I said I've reached out to the Attorney General, the Salvation Army Divisional Headquarters, Black Hills Energy, but none of them respond ever. So I left multiple messages with the Attorney General's office and also wrote to them. Resolution requested, forensic audit. Cats. This camera's on top of the cat scratch pad. Kitty. So anyway, if they do a forensic audit, they're gonna find this. Simple. Plain as day. They haven't spent it in the months they're supposed to. But what they should do is return that money to the Black Hills Energy clients and workers. Black Hills Energy, really? Don't you care that the Salvation Army is stealing money from your clients, or are you kind of part of that? I don't know. Maybe you are. So I signed that, and then I also reported a scam. This is kind of a separate thing. But I just concluded it all. I was like, might as well. So Salvation Army Corps takes money from Black Hills Energy to help clients in Saline County who are facing financial hardships. None of this money goes to helping anyone in Saline County. It's pretty simple, right? Okay, now these are two board members of the Salvation Army that I think need to be looked into. Brandy Johnson, Program Manager, Community Affairs in Nebraska, and she works for Black Hills Energy, and she's on the Salvation Army Lincoln board. Granted, she never comes to any meetings, but she was listed on the board up until, well, I don't know if she is now, but while I was there. So I've sent her, I don't even know how many emails, but I got the proof. And she doesn't respond. So I'm wondering if she's part of the problem. Ronald Sedlacek, he's also on the advisory board. And actually, he's the first advisory board member I met, and I liked the guy at first. So it's just kind of crazy. I think we had Jimmy Johns. We had Jimmy Johns in, and me and him were talking and eating our Jimmy Johns and bullshitting, and found out, he was a lawyer. Well, it turns out now that I look at this, because I'm like, why isn't he responding to me? Well, he's not just a lawyer, he's a registered lobbyist in Nebraska, advocates for government-related objectives for his clients. He won't return my calls when I say, hey, Ron, you're a lawyer, help us out. Salvation Army's stealing money. You're an advisory board member. This is your, well, it's not a job, it's not paid, but if you go to the Attorney General's website, it says what board members are supposed to do, and neither one of these board members do that. I'm guessing they're both dirty. I don't know that for sure. Cat, quit scratching the scratch pad. Go away. There's Ron right there. He works for Hirsch Blackwell. And I've reached out to people in his company too, and they don't respond either. Also here's Randy Johnson, Black Hills Energy, Community Affairs Manager. Okay, so you see here we had the former Director, Community Center and Small Fry Basketball Director wrote this complaint to the Attorney General, Doug Peterson, as did the former Business Administrator, the former Chair of the Advisory Council member, another Advisory Board member, and another Advisory Board member. Okay, they went to Doug. Daniel, because this is Assistant Attorney General. Assistant Attorney General, Daniel. Okay, so he's the one that they wrote the letter to. It says, thank you for the opportunity to provide concerns regarding the Salvation Army of Lincoln. One of us had the opportunity to visit with Attorney General Doug Peterson in October, and he encouraged us to submit this complaint. Okay, so the complaint contains a lot of things that I'm not concerned with, but they definitely do. And I can prove all this stuff too. Easily. Discrimination, religious discrimination, racial discrimination, gender discrimination. This is all on task67.com if this is stuff you're interested in. Okay. So who reports there were documents indicating employees sabotage, intimidation, harassment, and hostile work environment for Lincoln Corp's employees by officers and divisional headquarters employees when addressing these concerns. These concerns were shared with Mark Anderson, Susan Anderson. These are the core officers. They're husband and wife teams. They have to marry. It's a cult. Well, anyway. Divisional headquarters accounting team and divisional finance board. Here's where they complained about this too. This inconsistency in Black Hills Energy heat share funds calculations and approvals. Please note the above additional internal accounting deficiencies were not identified on an external audit. Okay, so this is on the Attorney General's website. I wish you'd go by it. Nonprofit organizations should be transparent regarding their operations and the value they add to the community. Complaints, blah, 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 blah. You write a report to anybody in the Salvation Army, they will take it to the grave with their crimes. These people, it's a religion is one of the main reasons how they're allowed to hide what they're doing. Because if you're a church, so when you donate to the Salvation Army, you're technically donating to a church, which means their accounting is not going to be accessible to the public. That's where I come in, and I'm going to just have to audit them myself, which sucks because it's super time consuming. But yeah, they're a church, and that's going back to the officers. They have to marry within, and they have to take an oath. There's a bunch of crazy stuff. The Salvation Army doctrine handbook, you should read. Wow, it's boring, but I mean, these people are... Okay, so here's one of the things I posted on my Facebook, and Brian Willard. You can just go on my Facebook; it's open to the public. You go to task67.com, find this as well. But this kind of gives you an idea. Here's the number of this is Lincoln, so this ain't necessarily Saline County, but we can get to that. Number of Lincoln, Nebraska residents and Black Hills customers who donated to the Salvation Army. In July, for Lincoln, Lancaster County, 896. August, 759. September, 884 people in Lancaster County rounded up their bill, made a one-time donation, had a designated set amount like $5 a month, whatever it may be. They also had 14 employees every month, so it must have been the same employees, I'm assuming, said that they could take some of the money out of their paycheck. And so here's the number of donations in total. Okay, so you get 910, 773, 898. And then here's assistance to Black Hills customers by the Salvation Army. And this is not uncommon. There's several times where there's couple months, 3 months where they don't give any assistance out. And whatever it is, maybe it's LES, maybe it's Black Hills. July and August they gave out $0 both times. September, $596.67, big deal, right? Okay, now granted, there's some lag, right? So some of this money might have been came in over here, but nonetheless, it's just ridiculous how small of a percentage is actually going to help people compared to what's coming in. So Lincoln Journal-Star, I've written to these idiots so many times, they don't seem to care, and they print whatever this asshole tells them. Okay, so this is what he tells them. Awards between $14,000 and $19,000 per month in utility assistance through heat share program. Really? Really? You give $14,000 to $19,000 to people in Lincoln, Lancaster County? That's a joke. That's not true. And pays for gas vouchers and motel rooms for those who are homeless. Rarely, right? And those gas vouchers, those are going to Mark Whitehead. Many of the agent's most ardent financial supporters have a pretty clear vision. Basically, they just he'll tell them some crap and they print it. They do no due diligence. And then I go to him. I say, "Hey, he's lying to you." What do? Nothing. Crickets. They don't care. So anyway, this will kind of explain the process. Mark Anderson's signature right there. So he knows about this. He's the one that signs for it. He sends in, he's requesting for the month of May that Omaha sends him $5,821.90 for Lancaster County and $97.60 for Saline County. This is after Omaha takes a cut of it before we even get it. So I don't know if Black Hills Energy customers realize that when they donate money through the Black Hills Cares program, that goes to Omaha, who takes a cut of Lincoln's. They get their own money, but they take a cut for administration, and then Lincoln also takes administration out of that. So it's basically taxed twice, is how I would describe it, before the customers get it, and really they don't really get it. So anyway, he requests a check. Okay. Before that happens, though, I guess I should say it's Omaha, their divisional headquarters, so they get the big check, and then they divvy that out between all these counties. And I can guarantee you that almost all of these counties don't spend any of this money. Okay, so here's going to be your breakdown, which will just kind of tell you. Antelope County, 10 people gave money, $27.51. I don't know about Antelope, to tell you the truth, but out of all these, most likely they spent none of that. Burnt County, they had 34 clients. Black Hills Energy took 34 money from 34 people. Most likely Burnt County didn't spend any of that money either. I don't know for sure. I'd have to go through them all. That's really not where I'm concerned right now, but I wish Attorney General Doug Peterson would go and look into this, because the amount of these different counties that just steal all of that money is going to be extremely high, and he really should take a look at that. So anyway, I get these reports. You see here, Lancaster. Why is Lancaster so high? Another thing, I don't understand that. Lancaster gets way more money than Omaha even. You got 4,227 people donated between January and May to Lancaster County. So they're looking at 13,391. Then Black Hills matches that. 4,000 people gave money to Lancaster County. Gave money to the Salvation Army in Lincoln. Saline County, this is the one we steal money from completely, all of it. 51 customers. Doug Peterson. 51 people in Saline County. Or some of these are probably duplicates. 51 times people had their money stolen from them between this little time period. And the last time I could find Salvation Army spent any money on somebody in Saline County was middle of 2017. How many times did they steal money from customers? Seriously, that's going to be a big number even for a tiny little place. Lancaster County, I mean, come on. I don't even understand how we get so much bigger than everybody else. Even Omaha. I'm gonna see where's Douglas County at. Okay, here's Douglas County. 131 clients donated, $472.50. How is this number smaller than Madison County? Or how is it way smaller than Sarpy County? Douglas County should be the biggest by far. So if Doug Peterson really did his job and looked into this, you're going to find a lot of stolen money in Douglas County. I can almost guarantee that. 131, I mean, how is that number so small? Douglas County is by far bigger, I think, than all the rest of these combined. So, and it's 131 people donated. Where is that money? Maybe Mark Anderson was onto something. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe there is $700,000 that Omaha's sitting on. I say stolen. So Doug, look into this, please. Please, Doug, please look into this. Thank you. Dedicated to Nebraska.